Welcome to Evan's short version. Today we're taking a look at the game Rhythm Sprout. Rhythm Sprout was developed by CERT and published by Tiny Build. This game came out back on February 1st of 2023 and was released on PC, PlayStation, Switch, and Xbox. Rhythm Sprout is a handcrafted rhythm action game with an original soundtrack and a wacky story to go along with it. Now, since we are talking about a rhythm game, we want to talk more about the genre first. Rhythm games used to be huge when Guitar Hero Rock Band and Dance Dance Revolutions kind of ruled the market, but similar to what happened to platformers in the mid-2000s, the genre kind of fell from the top gaming spots and replaced by just better-selling games overall. So the rhythm genre might not be struggling compared to other types of genres, but compared to what it used to be in the past, it definitely feels like modern rhythm games kind of missed that golden age, especially with how hard they can be to sell, especially when you consider the cost of trying to pick up a modern rhythm game. That cost can be a high price that we believe kind of scares people away from picking them up. Whether it's the fact that you need a VR headset nowadays to play, or just the special equipment like a guitar or drums that you need to buy, even before you can even play the game. And of course, once you pick up the game, you're basically bombarded by all the DLC packs that the game has to offer you that end up costing you more than what the game originally was. And this is one of the main reasons why I think that a lot of people end up skipping over the rhythm genre. And this is why I want to talk about Rhythm Sprout today, because when we look at this game, we notice that it is designed in a way that is cheaper and has lesser barriers of entry to pick up and play, which can help bring in more players to this struggling genre. So without further ado, let's take a look at this game and come back to this later.
Alright folks, this is Corey. I'm back again this week. I picked up and beat Rhythm Sprout. I thoroughly enjoyed the game, so let's jump right into it. The controls are super simple and introduced in a calibration start of the game, which sets you up for what is to come. A simplistic yet hard to master rhythm game. While playing through levels, you encounter enemies that halt your progression until defeated. I found the encounters fun, and loved how they would sync the enemy attack sounds to the dodge mechanic, making it feel more immersive. Speaking of dodging, they made this a pretty forgiving game, letting your health regen as you get note strings, and in a pinch, you can activate Sugar Rush, which fills your health, makes it to where the beat maps turn white, and any button press will complete the note, along with a score booster. Now that we have covered gameplay, let's get into the story. You're an onion named Sprout, sent off by King Broccoli to find his missing daughter, Princess Cauliflower, believed to have been kidnapped by King Sugar Daddy. Going off on this quest, you come across a variety of characters that need your aid, like the farmer whose house he abandoned because of a mysterious creature floating over it. His interaction gave me a good laugh, being a married man, and him mentioning things his wife will be pissed about that he's left undone and is scared to go back and do. You also come across those looking to stop you, like the bouncer of King Sugar Daddy's club. His interaction was very intriguing as well, with the movie talk and references. Overall, I enjoyed the story quite a bit, and wondered, where does it go from here? If the story isn't interesting to you, then the original soundtrack would be enough to keep me playing this game, especially with how the map tracks are laid down. Just makes the flow so good with how it all matches up. This game features many different genres of music, such as EDM, K-pop, drum and bass, disco, lo-fi, and even metal. I personally found myself with some of the tracks just popping into my head while at work, like the Winter Woods, Mansion Dungeon, and K-Flow, to name a few. Did Rhythm Sprout live up to my expectations? For me, the answer is this game exceeded what I was expecting, giving me hope for the rhythm genre as a whole going forward. I played and beat Rhythm Sprout. It took me about 3 hours to complete the game, but man, I loved every second of it. I loved how the soundtrack was, how it flowed together when playing the game. The wacky story, kept me laughing throughout the entire thing. For me, Rhythm Sprout is a smash. For $15, it's a great entry-level game to the genre, and I just absolutely love rhythm games. I've played a lot of them throughout the years, and I would recommend this game to pretty much anybody.
Alright, Alex back here. So, as someone who hasn't played many rhythm games, I personally enjoyed how basic the controls were, with them being calibrated to my latency. As I played, I truly enjoyed the soundtrack that they made for this game, along with the story and visuals, something I never really see in a rhythm game. This alone made me want to keep playing. My only gripe in this was that in some sections, the snapping motion of the character Sprout would give me that same motion sickness / headache that a VR game would give me. Alright, let's return back to the talk of rhythm genre. Now that we talked about the game Rhythm Sprout, let's dive a little bit into why we think that this is something that the genre needs more of. With what we talked about before on barriers of entry, this game makes it easy, with the cost only being $15 and available on PC and consoles, along without the need of special equipment, makes this so much easier for the community just to pick up and play. I would say that this type of game is an amazing game for anyone to pick up and play that wants to get into rhythm games, or if this was even their first rhythm game. The fact that this also comes with an original soundtrack that's made in-house really works to keep the price down, without the need to license popular songs. That in itself, that comes with a whole nother set of hurdles to overcome. This just gives us that hope that if Rhythm Sprout does have DLC, it will most likely just be tracks that are made in-house, rather than like other many rhythm games out there that usually have to charge for each song and come with a high price for what DLC really should be. But at the end of the day, we think that indie rhythm games like this one are what is going to grow the genre by bringing in new players and showing developers out there that there is an audience and market for games like Rhythm Sprout. But we would like to know your opinion. If you would let us know below, let us know if you think the same. Do you think that Rhythm Sprout is a game that is going to help bring in new players to the rhythm genre? Interested to see what you have. Let us know.
Here at F in Short Version, we want to thank you for watching our video, and until next time, keep on gaming.